weather in Austin finally got better, and we've been wanting to do something outside, so we are heading off to downtown Austin to go walk the Tejano Trail. Tejano Trail?
Tejano Trail.
Tejano Trail, which is a 5-ish mile walk, about 2.5 hours. Got some cool stuff to look at, might be some interesting photos and places to see, and some unique history in the East Cesar Chavez neighborhood. So we are on our way. So we're at the start point of the Tejano Trail. We are supposed to head east down 2nd Street to get to our first stop. The trail that we're walking on was designed by volunteers and neighborhood planning committees in order to provide information and context about this neighborhood on the east end of downtown Austin. It's an area that they say is in transition, and when you look around, it very clearly is. Oh, hold on. I'm a giant and there's a tree. Kind of has, I want to say 22 or 23 stops talking about the history up from post-Civil War through the Civil Rights Movement into Lyndon B. Johnson's term as president. Supposed to be a lot of heritage in the area, a lot of Latino and Mexican heritage, as well as a lot of great restaurants and bars, and there's some music history here as well. So we're heading up to the first stop on the trail for us, which is the Happy Garden. Unfortunately, this is now the Happy Garden. This whole neighborhood looks like it's being torn down, and new condos and apartments are being set up in its place. On to stop number 2. The next stop was Chalmers Courts, which was built in 1939 as one of the first public housing projects in Austin. We really were interested to see that. The architecture would have been interesting, see how it was built back then. So that's 2 for 2 of the destinations we wanted to see are now new condo developments. Now the upside is it does appear that these ones are being turned into affordable housing, which is at least a step in the right direction, because the other ones were definitely not affordable housing. They were extraordinarily expensive looking. So you want to make a prediction now on how many of these are just going to be condos now?
So far we are 0 for 2.
So the next stop is the Pan American Hillside Recreation and Amphitheater Center. It's got some cool artwork, and this one is not condos. Beautiful little low-tech amphitheater, good acoustics. It's right up on here on the hillside, some really phenomenal artwork. We're gonna have to keep an eye open to see if there's any performances or anything coming up, because we'd actually really love to check it out here. I'm not entirely sure what this is.
I think it used to be
like a jungle gym? I'm gonna try and climb it.
Nope.
Oh, come on. For the views, baby, for the content. Next stop is the Cristo Rey Catholic Church. 50-50 bet it's a condo. Behind me is the Cristo Rey Church. It was originally built as a wooden structure in 1942 and then expanded into the stone and masonry you see now in 1959. Cesar Chavez spoke here in the 70s during a grape boycott to about 50 people. But this is a rather historic church. And it is beautiful. So the sun finally came out and we were sweating our asses off. Katu has to pee, so we're gonna go try and find some place with like a bathroom and a patio. So we were walking to find a place to get Katu some food in the bathroom, and we wandered into this art gallery. We got kind of called in by the artist to take a look at it, so Katu's going around getting some shots, and I'm gonna collect some info about it. left the trail effectively completely in the hopes of finding food, and we came across that awesome art gallery, and now we're at Pinata Land. I legitimately love it. My guess is that the trail has not been updated in quite a few years because a lot of the stuff is gone or deconstructed, demolished, torn down, condos, very nice condos. So, fuck the trail. We're just gonna wander around and see if we can find anything cool. So we just found a place called Lou's. Looks like they do coffee, donuts, and custard. So they got a nice little empty patio. We're going there. Turns out their margarita is very strong. Kat found us a better seat in the shade. We have to go get our food. So it's the sirloin steak sandwich, and it's really, really good. It's really good.
Good. Not oily, not too oniony. It's very crispy, perfectly fried. It's really good.
So we just finished up at Lou's. It was super good. Their raspberry lemonade, a little
Lemonade-y.
lemonade-y, not a whole lot of sugar on that one. But their sirloin is delicious. That was really, really good. So we gotta head to the LBJ Oak Grove, but we were close enough to the car and I couldn't pass up any AC because it's only 84, but the sun came out with a vengeance. So I was sweating. I felt tired. Plus I just ate a steak sandwich, which was, not a good choice.
No, and I tried to tell him it wasn't a good choice, but I was vetoed it.
Because it was a steak sandwich.
Yeah, I knew you needed nappy time afterwards.
So is the Grove just now these condos?
No.
Because isn't this kind of where it's supposed to be? Because it looks like
it's the back of this, I think.
it looks like these are just it looks like these are just condos. Kind of feels like they're just condos now, baby. So the map looks correct, and like,
Stop sign.
so the place we're heading to is LBJ's Grove, which was an experiment in the 1960s to create a desegregated neighborhood that ended up having 5 African American and 5 Mexican heritage families move into based on a lottery. And the homes were super modern and energy efficient for the time. This was in the 60s. And so we followed the map to where it says it is. And it just looks like condos. Baby, I'm sensing a theme. Son of a bitch! Surprise update! We weren't wrong. They're condos.
This is very depressing.
Next up on the list was the historic Sanchez Elementary School. Yeah, it's about on brand so far for the Tejano Trail. So it seems like the only things that don't get torn down on the Tejano Walking Trail are churches. So there is a church not far from here that is one of the stops on the walking trail. We are going to go find it now. And I hope it's still freaking standing. So we're heading to the Primera Iglesia Bautista church, which is a historic Mexican heritage church here. We haven't quite found it yet, but I don't see any new condo buildings or construction around the area, so we have high hopes. High hopes that this place still exists. So of course, we find one that's still standing, and it's got a really interesting thing, this beautiful mosaic above the front door, designed by this pastor of 27 years. Yeah, we can't get in to go see it. So we've given up on the Tejano Trail for now, but we do need an opening shot for our little Travels in Space logo thing. So we're on our way to go find a cool one. We've decided that messing around with scooters is more fun than looking at newly built condos on the Tejano Trail. My first time on a green scooter in Austin, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die. Terrifying, legitimately terrifying.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
against all odds, I did not die. And Katu did not die. Katu, thoughts on the green scooters?
Very zippy. I like them.
Cat went all of like 2 miles an hour.
I know, I did. I have
Very zippy.
I have post-traumatic syndrome from when I was 9 and I like fell off my bicycle badly and like ripped open my hand. So no.
So, thoughts on the Tejano Trail?
I loved it.
I did too, in a weird way.
Yeah.
The trail itself was...
It forced us to be in a part of the city that we wouldn't normally visit.
Yeah.
And even when the best parts were when we went off the trail a little bit and saw where the residents hung out and where the local...
I loved the local art gallery, the little
Yeah.
Lou's coffee place, a lot of great street art. I was a big fan of all that. But
And beautiful homes and not so beautiful homes.
Lovely condos that have replaced all of the historic landmarks and buildings on the Tejano Trail. Now, it's no mark against the Tejano Trail itself. I think that's on us. There's every third Saturday of the month they do a walking tour. Someone actually comes out with the information. I think we just didn't know what we were doing or looking for. And so, no mark on the trail itself.
No. But it was a great day.
Yeah.
So much fun.
We've been walking on the trail for
4 hours
4
now.
hours. We got some food. I think we're good. Katu's gotten bit by mosquitoes. My legs hurt. I don't have walking shoes. We're gonna get in the car, go home.
Like, subscribe, ring the bells.
I don't even know what bells she's referring to, but ring some fucking bell. Go outside, find a church, break in, ring a bell. Probably shouldn't say that. We're gonna get sued, but all right. Bye.
Bye.